Welcome guys to a brand new video on Genshin Impact. So in today's video, what I wanted to do is talk about the real truth of power creep in Genshin, the proper explanation to power creep in Genshin, because I feel like a lot of people are making it sound like Genshin had power creep since day one, and Genshin devs were not good at balancing characters, which is not the case, guys. Power creep is technically a newer thing in Genshin with the release of one specific update or one specific map. With the release of Fontaine, guys, with the release of Fontaine, that is when I truly believe we got power creep, okay? The Fontaine characters sparked a whole new lot of characters that were truly amazing, not only in animations but overall the damage they were dealing, and overall how broken some of the support characters were getting, some of the damage dealers we are getting. And then after Fontaine, with the release of Natlan, it only grew further and further. Now, the reason why I'm titling this video or talking about the truth of Genshin's power creep is because Monster, Liyue, Inazuma, Sumeru, there were really not power creeps in Genshin. Honestly, it was honestly one of the best times for people trying to just collect characters that they really cared about. Right now, with the current state of Genshin, you have to summon for all the broken characters. The devs specifically now release content that basically you need to use those broken characters to go ahead and beat, which is honestly very bad. So let's go ahead and talk about the truth of Genshin's power creep. So one thing I want to do right now is go over to this amazing website called Game 8, where as you can see all the characters that have been released in Genshin since the release of the game. It also talks about the schedule, so the exact dates each character came out. So we have all the information right here, which is going to be important to notice the power creep issue. So early Genshin, power creep was not a thing. I honestly believe it was one of the best times to play Genshin in terms of collecting characters. You don't need to summon for broken characters because there was rarely any really broken characters. There was a few, but honestly, they were rerunning. You could get them, okay? You could literally get all the broken characters. As long as you were playing the game, doing all the stuff, you wouldn't really have an issue getting those good characters. There were not that many, and honestly, if I was to create a tier list during early Genshin, the tier list would have gone from A tier all the way to like D tier. A bunch of characters in A tier, a bunch of characters in B tier, but current state of Genshin, it is now double S tier, S tier, A tier, S tier, A tier, B tier, and now there's just a lot of broken characters in this game. So let's take a look at early stage Genshin. So 2020, the release of Genshin, we got Venti. Let's just go over to 2022. Okay, so go over to the end of 2022, which we have I think it's Wanderer. Yeah, Wanderer is the last 5-star character in 2022. Wait, is that true? On the 12th, I think it's, yeah, I think it is. Oh yeah, that's crazy. So if I go over to here all the way to 2022, I can literally break down the list of truly broken characters in this list right now from 2020 all the way to 2022. There is barely any truly broken characters. So first of all, Venti was really good, okay, with the crowd control. They did kind of nerf that, making sure that bosses won't be able to basically get swooped with his what's it called, crowd control ability. Klee was not really broken. Diona wasn't broken. Taglia or Child wasn't that broken at the start. Later on became broken, but I will say broken for now. So broken, not broken. Zhongli was not broken on release. Multiple changes to him, and then he finally became broken. So that's another second broken character. And then go over to Hotel, our actual broken character as well. So that's 3 broken characters, and that is 2021. Ganyu was also pretty good as well, but I wouldn't really say too broken in my opinion. And then we got Rosaria, Yanfei, Eula was only really useful for like that screenshot nuking, and people were saying you could do insane amount of damage with Eula, but it required a bunch of setup. I wouldn't say she was broken in my opinion on that release. We got Kazuha, truly broken. Ayaka, broken as well. And then we keep going up. Yoimiya, nope. Sayu, nope. Sarah, nope. Raiden, yes, broken. Kokomi, useful, okay. and later on will become useful with the release of Dendro, but for now just useful. Toma, good character. Shenhe, only really good with freeze teams, but to be honest, you really didn't need her, honestly. Miko was good as well. Ayato was good but not broken. Yelang broken. Shinobu, she got a buff again with the Dendro and truly became really strong as a 4-star character for the Hyper Bloom. Tignari, really strong standard banner 5-star character. And then not broken. Sino wasn't broken. Nilu wasn't broken at that moment again. When Dendro came out and the proper team with Nahida, that's when it truly became broken. Nahida broken, and then Wanderer was just good. So that is all the way to 2022. The truly broken characters, like I mentioned, is, let's just assume every one of them got a buff end of 2022. End of 2022, maybe not even Venti at this point actually. So Taglia, Zhongli, Hu Tao, Kazuha, Ayaka, Raiden, and is that it? Yelan, and is that it? Yeah, and that's it. Oh no, yeah, Nahida, and then, well, yeah, that's it pretty much. And then after the release of like Wanderer and all the 2023, we got Al Haytham, who was truly broken. Baizu was a great support character. I wouldn't say broken though. And then with the release of Fontaine, guys, everything kicked off. Okay, you can see it. Lenny over here, truly broken if you can use him with full pyro team, but I wouldn't say broken. Okay, many people didn't like his playstyle, but I would say actually in that release he was actually really strong in terms of damage. So I would actually say broken. New Valette, freaking broken. So look at the 5-star, broken, and then quickly broken character, broken 4-star, broken 4-star, decent or good 5-star, broken 5-star, broken again, premium pick for support character. Not now until we got Kenichi broken, Milani broken, Shalonian broken, Chaska broken, Novika broken, Setlati broken, trash. Ansan good, Verissa broken, Escoffier broken, Skirk broken. Guys, from the release of freaking Fontaine characters 2023, I believe this is August. Is that August? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, August. Yeah, June, August. Lenny was broken, but I don't think he's really broken right now. So this is insane, guys. From this point on, we just got multiple 5-star characters that were breaking the meta, and that's why the tier list changed. Pre all of this stuff, we got tier list that was A tier characters, and then there was B tier. Now, the current state of Genshin, all the way right now to Skirk, it is double S tier. You got characters that are truly insane, okay, truly insane characters, and you got broken characters, good characters. So Skirk broken, Escoffier broken, Verissa broken, Setlali broken, Movrika broken, Chaska I want to say broken as well, Shalolin broken, Kenichi I want to say broken as well, but I wouldn't put him in the double S tier. If you don't have Emily, I don't think. Milani broken. Okay, Clorinda is kind of going down right now with the release of Verissa, but we've gotten so many broken characters recently, guys, that the power creep has truly become noticeable. Because pre all of this stuff, you only really needed someone for 5-star characters that you really liked. There's a few exceptions that were truly really good, but with the 5-star characters before Fontaine, you weren't really like, oh, this character is truly insane, like insanely broken. I mean, Kazuha is probably that character pre-Fontaine, but it wasn't like, oh my days, this characters are truly insane. The damage you're dealing is crazy. Now we just gotten a bunch of broken characters, and because of that, they've now started making power creep absolutely noticeable with the endgame content. Okay, they wanted to release new endgame content, and they finally released one. Okay, with the release of Stygian Onslaught. This is honestly, in my opinion, not a good end game content, because it is not, well, it is how well you've built a character, but more than that, it is if you have specific characters. This content, this game mode over here, if you have the characters that are buffed up in this one over here, you will clear it. If you don't have that character, you are in for the hardest time of your life. And also with the release of the Abyss, well, not a release of the Abyss nowadays have been getting extremely harder with requiring specific characters to counter some of the game mechanics that the game has. There are specific bosses in this game that you require you require Natlan characters. You literally need characters that can use the Night Soul burst or Night Soul ability to actually counter the mechanism they have. And that is why power creep has become very, very noticeable early on. People assumed Genshin had power creep before. Fontaine is when power creep kicked off, okay? And in Natlan, it was worse. Look at all the characters in Natlan that were truly broken, guys. Guys, it was insane. Mavrika, broken Natlan character. Shalonian, broken Natlan character. Setlali, even the freaking 4-star characters, there's a couple that are truly, absolutely amazing, guys. The Night Soul ability, certain bosses require you to use those mechanisms to clear it. And honestly, if you didn't pull some of these characters, you are going to be having the hardest time. And that's why in Genshin right now, power creep is kind of sucky, okay? It is actually really, really bad. So in early game Genshin, literally you didn't really need to worry about whether a character was strong or not. You literally pull the character if you like the animation or the design. Now, as a content creator, I tried to make videos on should you summon for this character early game Genshin, where characters were not too broken, characters were, Genshin were releasing characters that didn't really need, they weren't really meta, like, they weren't top 10 in the game. But I tried to make a video saying should you summon for these characters. For example, Scaramouche, when he came out, I tried making a video on that, and I said he is a good character. Is he worth summoning for? No, because he wasn't dealing the highest amount of damage in the game, And honestly, during that time, I didn't really need to make a video like this, because you literally just summoned for characters you liked, and that was it. Now, in the new stages of Genshin, where there's a lot of power creep, I can't lie, it is now increasingly important to know whether a character is strong or not, because it is going to decide whether or not you can clear the content in the game. And you want to clear content in the game. You want to get all the resources you can from those new content. So yes, nowadays it is extremely important you summon for meta characters compared to early game Genshin. And I do want to apologize for trying to basically make a video on should you summon in the early days of Genshin, because it didn't really matter. You summoned for characters you wanted, and that was it. Fun time for Genshin players. Now it is absolutely atrocious. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.